Vienna, metropolis on the Danube. To all people, all things. To the musician, inspiration. To the traveler, exploration. To the neighboring European, recreation. To the native Viennese, relaxation. To the international thief, temptation.
Oh, it's getting more difficult, monsieur.
You can buy out for 10 shillings.
Oh, death before dishonor. Voilà. Monsieur? Oh, you can buy out of the bet for 10 shillings.
Do we have a match?
You're kidding.
But I do need a light. It's for keeps?
100 shillings. Winner takes all.
Is it hard?
Like splitting the atom.
Excellent, Chris. The steady hand of the surgeon.
Oh, pool player. Hello, Inspector.
Hello, Chris. Hello, Dodo.
Bonsoir, monsieur l'inspecteur.
Miss Karen Nielsen.
That's what it says in my passport.
I'm Inspector Romer, Vienna Police. It's a car waiting for you outside, Miss Nielsen. Would you mind driving down to our headquarters?
That personal?
I'm afraid so.
May I?
Be my guest. Surgeon?
Pool player?
What's the trouble, Inspector?
Diamonds. Stolen and, we believe, set into a bracelet. Is she a guest here?
No.
When did you first see her?
About 100 seconds ago.
The diamonds were stolen yesterday. This morning we picked up an informer. Professional. Not too reliable. He said that a girl had something to do with a robbery. Perhaps accomplice. Perhaps thief. Perhaps thief after another thief. Did you say you just met her 100 seconds ago?
Mm-hmm.
For the first time?
Mm-hmm.
The informer also said that Christopher Storm's Frontier Hotel was in some way concerned with the diamonds.
How?
He didn't know. He thought there was a chance that the bracelet was going to be passed on. Here. We take turns?
Did the informer say to whom the bracelet was going to be passed?
No.
Do you?
Yes.
Who would that be?
The logical person.
Who is a logical person?
Someone who is always on hand here at the hotel. Someone who has constant contact with those who come and go. Someone who is sophisticated enough for the delicate work of handling stolen jewelry.
Someone like, Dodo?
Someone like that? Your nerves are good, Chris.
Clean living, Inspector.
I will stop in again.
You're always welcome.
I've always felt like that.
Don't call the inspector. Don't call anybody.
What's the matter? Don't you like crowds?
No. Diamonds. Your room.
Oh, Mr. Storm, Mr. Storm. Did Inspector Ronner speak to you?
Yes, he did, Starkey.
Then you already know about the stolen bracelet.
Yes, I heard something about it.
He says it's worth millions.
You don't say.
This Inspector Ronner says that someone here in the hotel had stolen it. I told him things like that don't happen here. We have a good reputation.
Did he apologize?
No, sir. He said, a good reputation just means that a person is lucky enough not to get caught doing something he shouldn't.
It seems to me the inspector's a very wise man.
The way you talk, you think Mr. Storm has the bracelet in his pocket right now.
It's possible, of course.
Possible.
Yes, let's say it's possible as my having a gun in mine.
Oh, sure. Or my having a million bucks in mine when I only get a hole.
Oh, Starkey.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Storm doesn't want to be disturbed for the next quarter of an hour. He and I have some important business to discuss.
All right. Only call me, and I will be right down here.
Do we sit down?
We won't be that long. Give me the bracelet.
I could have done that downstairs.
You could have gotten tricky downstairs.
Cautious fellow.
I have to be. You can't insure stolen property. The bracelet.
What if I say no?
What if I shoot you?
It's a good question. Did you put this in my pocket?
I don't remember.
Did you see the girl do it?
I don't remember that either. Why so many questions?
Maybe I want a slice of the pie.
It would give you indigestion. The bracelet. Answer it. Like you had a slice of the pie.
Come in.
Say, Chris, Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had company.
That's quite all right. Inspector Roma, this is, Mr.
Brown.
How do you do, Mr. Brown?
How do you do?
May I see you alone for a minute, Chris?
I was just leaving, Inspector.
Oh, must you really run off?
I'm afraid so. Goodbye, Inspector.
Goodbye, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Storm, can you see me in the lobby for a moment?
I'd rather.
We just want to go over last-minute details.
I will come along with you. I can talk to Mr. Storm in the lobby when you are through with him, quite as easily as up here. Gentlemen. The girl didn't have the bracelet. I thought we might have to search the hotel. I hope you won't object.
After all, the sooner the bracelet's recovered, the better off everybody will be. Except the thief.
Well, I'll keep in touch, Mr. Storm.
Oh, 1 minute. What about our last-minute details?
They can wait.
I don't think so. Last-minute details can be very important. For example, Inspector, suppose Mr.
Brown.
Oh, yes, of course. Suppose Mr. Brown had a gun concealed under his raincoat. That could be an important detail, couldn't it? And suppose Mr. Brown had the bracelet you were looking for in his pocket. That's an important detail, isn't it?
I beg your pardon, Mr. Brown.
May I go now?
Of course.
I tell you, he had the bracelet right in his side pocket.
Some details are very important, Chris.
While I made noises like the anchorman on a losing debating team, I figured that only two things kept me from immediate occupancy of a room and no bath in the local lockup. One, Inspector Romo was almost as shocked as I was to actually find the diamond bracelet in my pocket. Two, my record. Vienna police had never put me down for anything worse than double parking in front of the Rathskeller. But that was the way I figured. Eventually, it was Inspector Romo's turn.
I really find myself in an awkward position, Chris. As a friend, I want to believe you.
But as a police officer?
I don't dare to.
What's the next move? Booked on suspicion of possession of stolen property?
It would be the safe move.
Not a wise one, assuming I'm innocent.
Go on.
Well, it seems to me you want two things out of this scramble. First, the apprehension of the thief. Second, the return of the bracelet.
Agreed?
Well, if you arrest me, you only get one, the bracelet, still assuming I'm innocent.
And if I don't arrest you?
You get the bracelet and the thief.
How?
One of two ways.
Namely?
The man who calls himself Brown and the girl, Karen Nielsen. Let's take the man who calls himself Brown. He doesn't know you found the bracelet in my pocket. But he does know you put it there.
So he will come back for another visit?
Wouldn't you? But you wouldn't if you knew I was in prison and the police had the bracelet. Now the girl, Karen. Where is she?
Free. I couldn't hold her.
Because you couldn't find anything on her. And you won't as long as I'm in prison and the bracelet's in your pocket. Do I make sense?
I think so.
Will you let me try?
No?
Why not?
Because this bracelet is a fake.
What?
With the point of my pipe, Prima, I scratched this stone like it was glass. Which it is.
Does Karen know this? Does Brown?
Did Christopher Storm?
Do you really think I'm guilty?
No. Not as a friend. But as a police officer, I am afraid I have to search the hotel.
No?
The sooner the better. Karen Nielsen or Brown might have left the real bracelet here someplace. Worried about the bad publicity?
All along. The hotel's reputation is more important than its lobby. Look, you give me 1 hour in the stolen bracelet business, and if I don't make good, you search. What have you got to lose?
A diamond bracelet. And a thief. What can I gain?
The diamond bracelet and the thief. The odds are even.
All right, Chris. I will bet on you. Oh, well.
Thanks for an hour. After the inspector and his men left, I told myself that my next suit would have no pockets. Then I pocketed the bracelet and went back to the war of nerves.
I need a match again.
How can you smoke with handcuffs on?
They just took them off.
Wrong size?
Wrong girl.
Oh, I'm happy.
Try to control yourself.
Dodo, wait on a customer, huh?
What customer?
You?
Oh, what do I want?
Beer.
Thanks.
That leaves us nice and alone.
Yeah. You, me, and the bracelet.
Where is it?
Where it was left last.
I'd like it.
Who wouldn't? What's your offer?
$300 is every cent I have.
Sold. No guns.
No snakes either.
Happy?
Ecstatic. It's been a long haul.
With a dummy cargo. Take my word for it, it's glass.
What a fool I'd be.
Is that what you stole?
No. What I tried to get from the man who stole it. Larkin.
Who I know is Mr. Brown, no doubt. And you didn't put it in my pocket in the first place.
Talk about a wild goose chase.
Wait a minute. Money. And his interests on a very short-term loan, some advice. Leave it alone, Karen. As a thief, you'll never make the grade.
What do you suggest? Holding a typewriter from 9 to 5?
Beats a prison laundry from 6 to 8.
You're not going to tell the inspector what I tried to do?
No. At least not until he asks me. I ought to give you some time. Spend it traveling.
Why are you doing this?
Because the inspector can't. He wears a badge.
You ought to wear a medal.
Cafe? Dodo? 1 minute, please. It's for you, Mr. Storm.
Thanks, Dodo. Hello.
Mr. Brown speaking, Mr. Storm. Can we get together?
Possible.
With or without the police? You tried to turn me over last time.
You try to take the whole pie. I'll wait in my room.
You'll wait forever. It has to be my place.
What's the address?
3736 Tempelstrasse. Come right away. Alone. Except, of course, for the bracelet.
Dodo,
Yes, Mr. Storm?
call Inspector Roma. Tell him I'm going to meet a Mr. Brown at 3736 Tempelstrasse. Tell him to cover me from a distance. You got that?
Yes, Mr. Storm. 3736 Temple Strasse, Mr. Brown, cover you from a distance.
Right. Oh, and Dodo, I'll finish the game with you later. I hope.
Get in. Drive.
Where to? 3736 Tempelstrasse? Or was that just an excuse to get me out here? Where'd you call from? The lobby?
Always questions. Start.
Yes, sir.
At the next corner, turn right and pull over.
What happens then?
You give me the bracelet.
Why, are you saving glass?
No, diamonds.
Then get another bracelet. One you dropped in my pocket's a phony. I gave it to Karen Nielsen as a memento.
You what?
I gave it away. Stones are made of glass.
Yes, every other one. In between their diamonds. They were set that way for camouflage.
Does Karen know that?
Of course she does. She's my partner. She dropped it into your pocket. We set them together. Drive to the airport. That's where the lady will head. There's a plane in 15 minutes. Go fast. Hit it!
Call the police. Hold him for Inspector Roman. Tell him he stole a Danube. Tell him anything, but hold him. I knew there were such things as other cars on the road, traffic lights, and one-way streets, but only from memory. Because I couldn't see a thing in front of me except the face of an inspector of Vienna police named Roma, mocking me, insulting me, ultimately arresting me on a charge of sheer stupidity. But just to keep myself all in one piece, I clung to the hope that I was going to catch Karen Nielsen.
Waste not, want nothing.
Inspector! How did you do it?
Oh, it's nothing, Jess.
What? How did you catch her?
She looked suspicious, running for a last-minute plane so soon after being released from questioning.
Well, how is it you were here in time to see her?
Well, it was that call you had to make. The address you gave for your rendezvous with Mr. Brown.
3736 Tempelstrasse?
There is no such number.
So?
So we thought that that maybe...
Maybe what?
That maybe you wanted to pull us off the trail so you could get away with the jewels.
But you knew the jewels were...
Half-faked, yes. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't entirely trust you, Chris.
Inspector. What's the old expression about the best laid plans? Strange how people's lives collapse like a house of cards or a mound of matches. How careful can you be? How well thought out your life? Look out for a strong breeze.